We are live. Welcome back to another Basement Radio K podcast. On this great Wednesday evening, we have a great show planned for you guys. Actually, have a lot to discuss. Seems like the gaming industry is just, I don't know, just some wild stuff going on in the gaming industry, and I'll leave it at that. We'll talk about some of those things, but before we start, I do want to make the proper introductions here. We have a great panel as always. We have a first-time guest. Someone who we're super excited to have on. We have Hustle and Motivate joining us live from the DMV. Hustle, what is going on, man? Welcome to Brat.
Hey, thank you for having me, Enrique. Thank you for having me. First time, hopefully not last time. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hustle and Motivate. You can catch me every Saturday at 4 p.m. on the Scumcash with the Ashen one, the Ashen Lucas, Slow-Mo, and the rest of the gang. You can also catch me on my Twitch and Twitter at the same name, Hustle and Motivate. Hey, look, I'm happy to be here, man. Anytime my voice is can be like held up in a certain light, and my legacy will, have this added to it, then I'm definitely always happy to be around, and I appreciate the invite.
No doubt, man. I know we've this has kind of been in the works for a little bit, man. So glad we finally were able to, hammer out a time to get you on, man. So we're gonna have a great time and talk, about some video games and some gaming industry related things. So on that note, want to also introduce my man, Grap. That is Garage Radio Podcast, Eric J. What's up, E?
Chilling, man. What's going on? Happy Wednesday to everybody. Hope everybody's good. Yeah, man, it's been wild. In the gaming industry, it's wild, man. So,
how was Florida? How was Florida? I want to add, how was Florida, man?
Man, we got clickers.
Chamblers, in every sense of the word, y'all.
It's wild, man. I mean, like I said, I don't know how the whole of Florida is, because as far as I know, I'm still sheltered in place. Being very cautious. Chilling. I mean, I do. I picked up dinner on Father's Day. That like take out and brought it back, and I was just wilding out about how packed the parking lot of the restaurants were. And, people going in with their masks. And I'm like, how the hell you going into a restaurant with a mask on to go eat food?
Only to take it off, too, by the way.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? Why? I was like, all right, I'll take my food back home. I'm good.
Yeah.
It does make no sense.
It makes no sense, man. Yeah. Well, E, I'm glad to hear that you're safe, man, that you're still being smart about this, man, because, I see people going full on balls of the wall about, getting back to normal, which is just, it is what it is, man. But, anyhow, we also have Gaming Forte, the proud owner of a 2080. What's up, Forte?
What up, though, man? Amazing. You know what? I have a suggestion, sir. I'm surprised it's not in there. Your intro, I really love it. That music sounds really good, and it would look even better if you added your signature, how to it somewhere with your boy Pitcher doing it on screen. I think it should fit in there somewhere.
Now, hold on, my what?
What do you do at the beginning of every show, sir?
No. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that.
Do it.
No.
I think
Forte's starting early with the bass.
Yeah, Forte. No, we're not gonna do that.
So he ain't gonna listen to me.
Slow-Mo's the voice of reason. He said no.
Well, that's because Slow-Mo don't want to hear it at all. He don't want to hear it when you do it in real life.
No, I don't
want to. Man, but it's been cool. But yeah, the proud owner of a 2080 Super KO edition, and my 1080 Ti took a dump this morning. Finally bit. It has an RMA on it, so I'm shipping it out. But
what happened? It's too much Destiny, huh?
No, the fan header went out completely on it, so I have to send it in. It has an RMA on it, so I can get it fixed for free. But I'm one of those people, once hardware decides to take a crap on you, once you get it fixed, you fix it, you sell it to somebody on eBay, and be done with it. So
no doubt, man. Well,
so at this point, that card is in the bushes. I loved it. It gave me 2.5 years worth of gaming. but it's time to move on to something else. And I was not giving Nvidia $1,100 for a Ti. Wasn't happening.
Congratulations, sir, on your PC finally being better than mine. Congratulations.
You had a 2080 already, right?
No, I have a 2070 Super.
Wait, hold on. My PC was already better than yours.
No,
sir.
it wasn't. No,
you
it
had
was
a
not.
2070, sir. 2070s
we did
are
benchmarks.
basically 1080s.
We did benchmark comparisons, and mine was getting more frames with the same performance.
Oh no, you got a Super, right? You had a Super.
Yes,
right?
a Super. Yes.
Okay, never mind. I thought you just said 20. Yeah, you're right. Supers did get better performance. You're right.
Yeah, someone's got the Super. I have the regular 2070.
Yeah, you're the one that was fraud.
Now I already know Enrique is gonna get the 3060. Watch.
No, I'm not getting 30.
Oh no, trust me. This 2080.
Don't lie, Enrique. You're gonna get the 3060.
No, I'm getting 3070, man.
This 2080
never mind.
will not be here when the 30 series comes out. I will upgrade again.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, you know what? It's Forte. It's also welcome to RTX, and
I haven't got a chance to even hook it up yet. I'm playing on a PC. I'm doing this on a PC with no graphics card right now.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's awesome. All right, cool, man. Well, yeah, dude, I can't wait for you to get it installed, man, and enjoy some gaming goodness on PC.
I'll play some
ray tracing and DLSS 2.0.
Yes, the greatness.
Yes. Yeah, I'll play Call of Duty with you on the ray tracing and see what this fuss is about.
Oh, dude!
No, play control.
Frame rate.
You gotta play control.
No, it doesn't take your frame. It doesn't take my frame rate.
But it definitely ain't gonna take mine.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, play control, man.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, there was an update that was made for control. Shout out to Slow-Mo for putting me onto that one. Yeah, it pretty much was like it kind of fixed everything because at first it would take a super heavy hit on for your card, and I got 2080 Ti. And I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So I'm gonna pick up control. Probably.
Oh my god! See, Hustle's got a 20. See, now I need to go back and rethink what I was thinking.
I mean, I don't want to,
there's somebody in this community with a 2080 Ti. I can't let that be. I gotta have one too now.
Like you are not spending $1,100 after. Stop it.
Stop. Listen. I would have done it if this was not planned. If this was not planned,
I am Forte's conscience today. I'm just telling him. Just don't
look,
know.
man. I was sitting in Micro Center today, and I was looking at both of them. I was like, who $719 or $1,299, and I was going back in my head, like, you know how they got the little thing that goes in your head, like the meme and stuff. I was looking like, woo! I was like, man, then I started thinking 30 series, and I was like, nah, man, I'm not giving you $1,200 with new cars around the corner.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that, Forte.
That's why I was almost upset at him when he said he got it. I was like, what are you doing? Like they're about to drop new cards next week.
Hey,
I understood once he explained it.
Yeah, when I saw that KO, I was like, oh, he got a 2080. I already knew the EVGA that card GPU. I was like, 2080,
and that's a really good card too. That's a really good version.
That's a good it's a good version. So all right, and on that note, Slow-Mo, the ghost of Mixer. What's up, Slow-Mo?
I gotta do the voice. Hold on. The ghost of Mixer. I've been dead for over a year. They just found my body. Yeah. It's
that's savage, bro.
I'm just look. Come on,
you wild boy.
They spent like $50 million on all these Twitch streamers, and they got 0.2% revenue growth. Freaking Facebook Gaming started a year ago, and they already eclipsed them like 6 times. Like they've been dead. Like they've been looking for a dead body. It just washed up on the shore. You know, it just there it is.
Like right off. Like boys in the hood. Y'all want to go see a dead body?
Yeah. You want to see a dead? That's terrible. That's terrible. That's crap for you guys, though. So, all right. Speaking of 2080 Ti's, Slow-Mo, the RTX cars just got the DX Ultimate 12 driver update today.
Yes, I did install that this morning while I was working. I haven't played anything that uses it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, I just love having a GPU that is always getting that love from the video. It's just like, hey, I know you're a little old, but and we keep doing all these new advancements, this machine learning, this AI stuff. We can keep you current. You know, so we're gonna keep you in it. and we keep giving you this love. And I'm like, I appreciate you, Nvidia. You're a little overpriced, but you still rock with me, even after I've had it for a little while. So I appreciate that.
I tell you what, though, Slow-Mo, we've been saying this for a very long time. We have been next gen before there was next gen, right?
Oh, yeah, facts.
We're already here. We're already here.
Like, people hate to hear it. And they make excuses about it, but it is what it is. It
is what it is. And if you don't like it, don't. I don't know what to say. But we have the Series X.
Right. I mean, this fall they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, the ray tracing," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's okay."
I had that already. I knew that. I knew about that. Yeah.
Oh my God, DLSS 1.0, it's amazing. Yeah.
Oh my
God,
cool.
60 frames a second.
Yeah, right. This game does 120. I'm like, what? 120 is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You play my games everywhere. Yeah, I've been doing that too.
Right.
Voice, man.
I like that voice. I would start talking like that from now on. Oh, but by the way, big shout out to my man Slow-Mo, Delirium Blades, and PMS Jordan. Hey, thank you guys for helping me out with. I finally my Father's Day gift to myself with that Samsung Evo SSD. Thank you. Woo!
Oh, you like it, huh?
970 plus.
Yeah, I got the 970 plus. Yes, sir. I think I
got that one too, actually.
Yeah, so it's let me tell you, it's funny because I have one game on it. That's Call of Duty Warzone. I haven't played it yet. So I got it, but I really haven't used it yet. So but yeah, I picked it up for like $189 on I think it was Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so installation was actually pretty easy, Slow-Mo. Well, actually, the physical installation was easy, but then I had to figure out like why Windows wasn't
all the computer stuff that comes.
Yeah, and I missed a step, man. Like you mentioned something, and I forgot to right click it to get to that option I needed. And I didn't do that, and that's where I was lost. I was like, wait a minute, but then I figured it out.
My bag is like I gave you some instructions, then I went and did some work stuff, and then I had some other things pop up, and then I looked back, and it was just like slow-mo. I'm like, oh shit. But then he was like, I got it. And I was like, yeah, there we go. He figured it out. So that's just, you're getting baby steps in the whole troubleshooting process. I know some people hate to hear that. Like, oh my God, like what? Troubleshooting?
Yeah, but it wasn't that hard though, man. Like I installed it and it was showing up. It was showing up like when I looked it up the way like when I did was it disk management, it was showing up there. So the computer was reading, it just wasn't being picked up by Windows. So basically I had to do what you told me. I had to format it, whatever, and I didn't do that. But actually the installation was very easy on the motherboard. And big shout out to Delirium Blaze. He like suggested this tool set I get. He's like, dude, you got to get this, right? So I did. I got it from Amazon. Got a little tool set for like repairing.
You get the iFixit one?
The what?
You want to get iFixit?
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Oh, you did. You got the popular stuff.
Yeah. I got the
I just bought these, and this is completely just like there's no reason for this, but I bought these gloves that have little lights on them, and so when I'm working,
my hand.
What'd you say? What'd you say, everybody?
I said slow-mo out there like the true tech head. Got lights on his gloves.
Man, I was like,
you got that headband with the flashlight on it?
No, I ain't got that yet. If I find it, I will get it. Yeah, but man, I saw the gloves. I was like, I must have it, and I immediately, I just went into my PC and just started taking stuff out for no reason. I just resetted my RAM. Why? Don't know why. I just had to go test the gloves out. I love it. Like I'm actually going to replace my RAM. Because I'm upgrading from 16 gigs to 32. I bought it off of Best Buy. And
Are they RGB?
Yeah, they're RGB too. Yeah, like my current ones aren't RGB, but these other ones, these Corsair Vengeance 32 gig ones are. Nice. So yeah, I'm Predator. I'm using the Power Glove. They do kind of look like the Power Glove a little bit, just a little bit, but like man, they're just awesome. They were like $12. I was like, why not?
All right, hey, you gotta share this the DM, man. I want to see what those gloves look like.
All right. I'll show
that Power Glove with a light on it.
Yeah,
you get that super chat.
Oh yes,
we'll get it here in just a sec. We'll get it in just a sec here. But Yeah, so Slow-Mo, again, very, very easy to install. Not
break it.
Yeah, nah, man. Very easy to install, and I'm gonna upgrade my RAM too. I'm gonna get probably the Corsairs you're talking about. Pop those bad boys in.
Vengeance Dominator Pro.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but
there are Vengeance. Let me take a look at my account.
I got is it the RBG? RB. Oh Jesus Christ! RBG ones. RBG. RGB.
You got the R&B ones.
The boys.
I have the Corsair Dominator RGB Pro, the 32 megahertz ones.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm getting.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to my man Optimus Code. I got some RGB lights behind the TV set now. So when I'm playing The Last of Us, I got the like purple bluish RGB lights going on in the background. Looks nice.
You need sunshine when you play that game. You need all the lights you can get in your house.
How many people are really annoyed with us with this PC talk right now?
I know, right? Yeah, and yeah, you're right. All right, we're gonna end the PC.
Xbox is a PC. Remember, PC is Xbox.
Oh yeah, that is the word. That's what people say, right?
Yeah, I was letting y'all flex. I'm with the audience. Like, let's roll.
Yeah, Eric's like,
Eric's but a console person. Calm down.
Eric's about to be like, hey, come over to Grap.
Should be called Frat. Florida
radio.
Florida release away from us, please. That's what it should be.
There you go. All right. On that note, we have B Money. B, what is going on, sir?
Hey, not much, man. Getting ready for the Cyberpunk stream tomorrow.
Ooh, yeah, a little Cyberpunk.
Yeah, what time is that tomorrow, B?
I know it's 6 p.m.
It's
Pacific, I think.
They give the German.
It's
European time.
It's 7 p.m. European time, 9 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Western time, and then 12 p.m. Real person time.
Okay. Yeah, man. They keep throwing me off with all these times they keep posting. So
it'll be at 12 o'clock.
Nice. All right, I'll have to check.
Yeah, man. We definitely. Going into this, I really thought it was like, oh man, we're gonna have all kind of information flying at us nonstop. That's great. I'm not feeling it. It's like I don't know when anything's showing up.
Yeah, it's
a little breaks. And I'm like, who's doing this? Who has this exclusive? Who's showing this? Who's not?
I think that's the worst thing about this whole thing, because at first remember we was thinking like, oh, this is great, people can put out their own information when they want to, but it's like the most discombobulated thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like I never thought I would miss E3 this much.
Well, hold on. In everybody else's defense, this is like the first time out. E3 is over officially. Jeff Keighley pretty much he hadn't killed it, but we just got to give everybody time to make it more like of a structured thing. You figure next year Xbox and PlayStation, they'll have their thing, but it'll only be like one show per thing, more than likely. But we just gotta get everybody time.
That's kind of the energy I'm on. Hustle. It's like, the way it is right now, it's just kind of a mess. But I figure somebody gonna form Voltron and put this together.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what needs to happen though, because my whole thing isn't the fact that they're all doing their own thing. It's just that when you had a select week that everybody did everything, it just made it so all that information you didn't miss out on information because you didn't know something was happening. You kind of knew this is the week that I need to pay attention to pretty much everything, versus I didn't know the string was going like the Marvel thing. I didn't know Marvel thing was popping up today until Slow-Mo texted me and was like, bro, the Marvel things. I was like, huh?
Right.
And then I looked and I was like, oh, usually something like that you planned out already. You say, hey, we're gonna make some time to go actually see this. I was out running around looking for a graphics card around that time.
Yeah, and then Biomutant information dropped, and
I'm shocked.
That game.
That's a game.
Yeah, and it's like, but we haven't really got any information on that game, and it just kind of dropped out of the day.
Listen, the only reason people knew that game was still a game because it's the one collector's edition on Amazon that you can still pre-order for 2 years.
Yeah, right. That's true. That's facts. Hey, real quick, guys, we gotta get to super chats. We have Sypho Poetic X Initiative with the $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. It says 2 questions. How do you even watch streamers on Facebook? And have you guys finished Halo Wars 2? And should I finish it?
Second question, absolutely yes. Halo Wars 2, especially with the thing that we're going to talk about later at some point today about the Banished and stuff. You get a really big jump on what's going on with them in Halo Wars 2. It not so much in the first one, but the second one definitely. You get the backstory on that. So if you have not played it, you should play it so you can be caught up to what this actually means and why so many people are so excited that they actually did this. First part, I'm gonna leave that to somebody else because Facebook is a platform for old people supposedly. So I'm gonna leave that up to older people. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so pretty much what you do on Facebook, like you say Jackie Jing. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but she used to be at IGN. She streams, once upon a time she streamed on Facebook. Pretty much it's kind of like going to like a like page, you'll type that person's name in and they'll show that like, hey, this person is live right now, and it just pops up. It's a little cumbersome, but not really. It's job trash for real, but hopefully, Microsoft or Mixer, whatever was going on with them, hopefully they can kind of turn that around and hopefully the quality can be a lot better. But it's super easy to use. It's just,
that's how I found the people that I look forward to. And that's the biggest thing. Like when I went to go find Golf, because I follow Golf everywhere. It's harder if you're looking for like exact names of people, but these people have personas, so it's a little bit easier to find them by their persona than it is to find like Enrique, because it's like 1,000 Enriques out there.
Yeah, you definitely need that. Like my name will, well, I'm gonna say my real name, but my name will definitely be Hustle and Motivate on I don't say Twitch, on Facebook. It'll definitely, if I ever decide to go over there, it's Hustle and Motivate all day. So it's easier just to find.
And people, if you did not know, you can make another name on your face. You can like have your main Facebook account, and you can do a separate name and just make it a sub name to your real name and go into these streams and stuff under a different name that is still managed by your actual name on your account. So if you go, like for me, I could have, like I got Gaming Forte under Facebook, but if I want to go to a stream, I literally just switch over to Gaming Forte under my actual Facebook name, so you don't show your real name in these streams if you don't want to. So there's a way to do that. Maybe I'll make a video on that, because I know there's a lot of people that look at Facebook and say, I really don't want to go there because everybody's going to know who I actually am in real life. So I'm probably going to make a video to show people how to do that, because it is something I know a lot of people are going to be looking to do.
I don't want to go there because it's Facebook and because they're who they are.
Yeah. Doing in real life?
Say what?
You don't want your grandma knowing what you're doing in real life?
No. I mean, it's not even that. It's just that Facebook is shady in regards to what they do with your data.
They steal
your
data.
activities. Yeah. And then they do way more than what other services. All of them kind of do this stuff, but they go way further. They even go to the point where like they're giving your data even when they say they're not, to other parties, and they change terms and services, terms and conditions on the fly, and they opt you into things without you even knowing. So you gotta constantly be checking your privacy settings to make sure that they didn't revert to some nonsense. Like, I can't stand Facebook. I think I feel bad for a lot of those Mixer streamers, even though my name kind of shows like that. I'm kind of making light of it, but I feel bad for not for the ninjas and the Cathalians, but for the smaller streamers who were partnered and were doing this full time and just kind of getting by. And now, like, they may have to go out and and get a different line of work, because if you don't want to go to Facebook, even if you do go to Facebook, you're probably going to lose a segment of your community that just won't do anything Facebook related, and then you're going to be kind of taking a risk, hoping that this bigger community in Facebook will also gravitate to you. So it's even though you get automatic partnership for going there, is it really worth it? I mean, I've seen a lot of Mixer streamers saying, yeah, I'm going to Twitch. Pretty much starting over. You're starting over because Twitch is not partnering you because you were a partner on Mixer. But you're saying, I'm going to rather do that than go to Facebook. I mean, that says a lot.
Yeah. Real quick, guys, get this on the super chat. Well, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
That's El Matador. What up, El Matador?
Oh, El Matador. Thank you, B Money. El Matador 809 with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Says, come on, guys. What is the PlayStation game that will be shown in the August event that we will be blown away? Guns are included. RPG, just a little hint. Thank you for that.
Can't tell no more.
Yeah,
it's Knack 3.
Knack.
Knack 3.
with ray tracing.
I just let it out the bag. There you go. NAC 3 with ray tracing, 120 frames per second, native 4K.
Yeah.
Order 1887.
Yeah. All right. So let's.
Nope.
No, not that. No, not. They got bought by Facebook.
Yep.
Facebook. Yeah.
That probably would have worked probably a week ago.
Yeah, it would work. Yeah, exactly.
True.
So
that would have worked.
Yeah. Let's get to the first topic real quick. Mixer shut down. I think everyone was surprised by this news. Microsoft had announced that the service on July 22nd will basically be shutting down. They'll be moving existing partners over to Facebook Gaming, which we just talked about. And look, this. I always found the look when they got Ninja, I thought obviously big acquisition, right? That was huge, monumental acquisition. But then it's like I felt like they never really did anything with him per se. His stream numbers are never as high as Twitch. They also signed was it Shroud, I believe, as
Shroud,
well. Yeah. And then I think Shroud maybe had a little more success than the Ninja, but I just
he had a bigger following than Ninja at that time.
He did. But I always felt like they never really I felt like they just didn't do anything with these guys. Like, you made these big moves, but I didn't feel like they had the impact that we all thought they would, a Mixer. And I was kind of like, well, wait a minute. Like, what's going on with Ninja, Shroud? It's like, I don't know. I just felt like Mixer still was kind of in the place that it was before when they made those acquisitions. And they were big acquisitions.
The numbers show that.
Yeah.
22%, that's no growth.
But the platform just didn't grow. It just did not grow. And it was so I don't and then we know about the internal issues with Mixer and the leaked
shout out to Millie for that one.
Yeah, the leaked I guess what was it I forget what it was, like the internal meeting they had, trying to address some of the issues that they were having internally there, and how the head of Mixer was kind of being dismissive of some of the concerns that people had. And then we know about what was tweeted, I think this week, actually right before the announcement of Mixer being shut down, issues of racism within Mixer. So, and then that even being kind of, not addressed the way it should have been addressed, to the point where Phil Spencer said, let's talk, right? I forget the gentleman's name who tweeted this out, but he's no longer with Mixer, shared a story, and Phil Spencer actually
his name is Millie.
Millie.
Thank you. Yeah. So so this is, but Facebook gaming has a bigger footprint than Mixer, and so perhaps Microsoft can leverage that relationship with Facebook gaming, and I don't know, maybe that's the better route for them. We'll
they were
see.
already trying to do some kind of partnership with Facebook for xCloud.
Yeah, that was in the statement.
Yeah, so like essentially, if someone is playing, I don't know, Call of Duty, and someone's like, "Oh wow, like I really want to play this game," I guess they're trying to make some functionality within Facebook where you can just launch xCloud and play it. So that's pretty interesting. It's something that I think they were trying to do with Mixer, but Mixer just didn't have a big enough audience to really even make that functionality even worthwhile, whereas Facebook is. And they really didn't have any other options if you think about it, because their main competitors are Google and Amazon in this whole cloud arena. And Google has YouTube and YouTube gaming, and Amazon has Twitch, which is they're going to do the same exact thing that Stadia and xCloud are doing. So it's unfortunate. I do want to kind of point out something that's like Predator thanks to the $5 super chat. He says, why is no one bashing Ninja and Shroud for not growing Mixer? That's why Microsoft hired them. Now I don't think
that ain't why they hired them.
I don't think that's why they hired them to do exactly what they were doing with Twitch. To entertain their audience and continue that on. I blame the Mixer division for not growing Mixer, because you already had homegrown Mixer partners on there. They play the same games that Ninja, Shroud, Gothalion, Ewok, all of them play. Why weren't you trying to cultivate some collaborations? Whereas like you have co-streaming. the whole where when Ninja's done and he goes host someone else, like that only works so much because after that first minute, a lot of the people who were there for Ninja, they don't know this other person, and they're not going to waste the time to get to know them. Ninja's gone. I don't care about who this other person is. I'm out. Now, if you did a collaboration where you're like playing the game, and Ninja's playing the game with this other streamer, they get to see that streamer's personality. Maybe they like them. Then they go follow them, and now you're kind of like creating where you're creating growth where these thousands of people who didn't know Mixer what Mixer was came from Twitch because of this streamer, and now they're watching other streamers when that streamer isn't on. But instead, what was happening was they would get like these small blips where when Ninja, Gothalion, all these other former Twitch guys would stream, and they just watch them, not even their full audience, because a lot of what goes into these platforms is more than just the streamer, but the whole community, how the interface works, the little things like bits and all that other stuff that Twitch has implemented, as well as the way the interface looks. All that stuff falls into it, but they didn't get everyone over, and the ones that did get over, they watch that one streamer, and then that's it. They leave.
Yeah.
My fault. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead. Yeah, I just wanted to echo that point that Slow-Mo made, for the simple fact that I said it last night on Ultra Preset podcast. Like, yeah, you got to cultivate your talent. Like, you have like the actual potential. Like, you got Ninja right there, you got Shroud right there, and the fact that you could actually co-stream. They could have done something together and picked up 2 other people. Like, a lot of times when it comes to stuff like that, you got to plant the seeds and then watch the plant grow. And then you fuck the plant, which they said in 40-year-old version. You got to do that, man. Like, you got to build up something. Because, hey, Ninja gonna get old, Shroud gonna get old, and when they get old, guess what you have in place already? That's right, a whole crop of new people who will sit up there and carry on the legacy from Mixer. Like, it's not hard. They need to hire me. It's not hard. Like, that's common sense. Like, just you got these tools, use them. And the reason why I think I might be the only one on the panel who actually streams on Twitch and stuff like that. But the reason why I'm upset behind it is because, yes, while Mixer, of course it was terrible, but it had different and like better features. It made me an affiliate. It made me get to an affiliate status on Twitch based off of what Mixer was doing. Right. Because at first it wasn't that easy, but then it was like, oh, well, all you need is just 50 people following you, and then it's 1 to 3 people watching you. I don't think that would have been implemented, and I could be wrong, but I don't think that was implemented if it wasn't for Mixer like putting some type of dent in what Twitch was doing. And it's just my opinion on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think for me the biggest thing really comes down to is they just went the wrong way. I felt like they didn't go the right way about trying to bring people over from Mixer. It sounds good when you bring somebody like Ninja, Shroud, Gothalion, when you bring some of the top 50 or even at that point, top 10 streamers over from another platform. You think that that's just going to make you instantly grow. But like Slow-Mo said, the biggest thing is, the streamers themselves are huge, but where do you think those people go when those streamers aren't streaming? They just disseminate across the rest of Twitch to other people that are either playing the games that they like, or just the people that they follow on that platform. The biggest thing is that I thought this when it first happened, it's about directories on Twitch. Like, the directory in a Twitch broadcast is almost more powerful than a streamer itself when it comes to just different communities and stuff. Like, I always look at the Destiny one and I'm like, if you want to pull somebody from that directory and you want to help grow somewhere else, you can't just bring the top person. You got to bring probably the top person and 5 or 6 other people in that directory that they used to play with, so you can like culture a community amongst them, and they can disseminate that across the rest of the community that are playing that type of game. When you just bring one alpha over to try to, dominate one thing and try to share it himself, it doesn't work as well. I always give Gothalion a shout out just because he was the person that cultivated that type of thing with Destiny on Twitch. And that's why that community grows and continues to keep growing like it is, because those people got used to sharing with each other, co-streaming with each other on Twitch, following each other in that directory. And he tried to bring that over to Mixer, but the biggest thing is he's the only one over there. You know, it's nobody else that really plays that game like he plays it over there. So who is he really sharing that spotlight with? Who is Ninja? Who is Ninja going to share his spotlight with on Mixer? There's not a Shroud. Yeah, he can get into a thing with Shroud, but does he play with Shroud? I've really never seen him play with Shroud on Twitch. He played with Tfue. He played with Dr. Lupo. He didn't play with Shroud like that. So Shroud he's that tactical FPS master when it comes to those type of FPS games, where Ninja is more of he's like a showpiece. Like he's like very entertaining, but he's really good too. So he's like a step above when it comes to Shroud. Shroud might be the better player, but Ninja's the entertainer. So that's why Ninja's more coveted, because he can bring people just to look at the stream and laugh. But when you put them together, it doesn't kind of make sense because they don't interact with each other like that. And that's where I think the fall off was. So when they would leave the platform or get off, all those people that went to Mixer went back to Twitch, or they went back to YouTube gaming. They didn't stay on Mixer to cultivate a following on that platform. So this was already dead on arrival a long time ago. Microsoft, in my opinion, I think basically just took a swing at the fence, and they were basically saying, look, we're going to put money into this no matter what. So we're going to buy these streamers and try to get this platform jump started. That's the fastest way to do it. The slow way to do it would have been to do it the way I'm doing. I was talking about doing it, build it through community and stuff, but you can't kind of do it with the timetable they got, especially when Phil Spencer came out and put the plan in place saying Mixer, it was really like the xCloud was really banking on Mixer having a bigger install base. And it wasn't there. And xCloud is being slated to come out at the end of this year. So now they're looking at it like, we can't launch this with this platform because it's going to fail before it even starts. So now I think this deal with Facebook has been working for a while. And I think all of the stuff that's been coming out over the course of the weekend with all of these people coming out and telling their stories and stuff like that, I think this just got accelerated to an extent where they're like, look, let's make this deal now and get this over with because it's about to get worse before it gets better. And that's why you saw Phil Spencer come out like out of nowhere, just drop a statement. Millie dropped a statement on the problems that was going on there. So they all kind of validated each other. And then they basically just threw out the Facebook marketing thing. So this was already on the works for a while. They just did it faster than anybody thought they would do it when it came to business side of it.
Yeah, but wasn't part of that like kind of just leaving people in the lurch?
Well, I mean, at a certain point, it sucks. That's the one thing me and Slumbo said earlier in the live stream. It sucks for the people that are not the most popular people on the platform that didn't know about this. Like, it's no way that I don't think Gadalion or Ninja and them knew that this move was in the works. I think they probably knew something was in the works with them probably moving the platform, because you're not going to just sign to a multi-million. I mean, it depends on how much the money is good. It doesn't really matter, but you're probably not going to sign unless you know what the direction of the platform is, because you are banking the rest of your future at this point on that platform. So they probably had an insight to what was going to happen. Like they were in talks to be probably moved to Facebook almost a year ago, but the timetable was still up in the air. That's why you don't see none of them surprised about it. They kind of
hold up.
They just didn't know when it was going to happen.
Forte, hang on. I think that's kind of inaccurate, because I know Shroud. I don't know if y'all watch Twitch, but I follow this girl named Loco on Twitch.
What's her name?
Her name is Loco. I'll type it in the actual chat. But she had did like a video of Shroud just explaining, like trying to explain himself or trying to explain what was going on, and like it seemed like the people at Mixer gave him no answers, and they paid him what, $10 million, and they didn't give him any answers. Just imagine the average content creator there, if they're not giving him answers,
you definitely ain't getting anything.
You right, and that's kind of what I'm saying. Like these deals, like a deal like this, is not something they just started. They've been working on it for a while.
Yeah, been working on it for a while.
A lot of money changed. So
Eric,
why is it? Yeah,
Eric, can you imagine if this was Sony?
Oh, community.
I mean, we ain't got to speak on it.
Yeah. It seemed like it's only affected when people talk about crunch, but we don't go there.
Go ahead, go ahead, man.
But no, because my thing is, it's like you could, even like the smallest of the streams on there, you give a heads up, you say the platform's going to move or whatever. It just seemed like it was like the rug was pulled from what I
it does seem like that.
The rug was pulled. It was pulled.
And you talk about, and look, granted, look, I know in some cases, the reason we're kind of speaking on it is because it does relate to gaming, and it is the Microsoft company type thing, and it's separate from Xbox and the whole nine. But the fact is, it's like it's still like the company as a whole, and that's a pretty crappy thing to do to people. And it kind of just highlights the fact that when it comes to how some business stuff goes, I know people like to paint these pictures of these lofty pictures of how these companies are and thinking that they care and this and this and that. And sometimes it falls through the cracks. It doesn't always work that way, So I just look at it like you could give your streamers or your people who are creating content, it doesn't matter if they're the lowest on the totem pole or they're a ninja. And you say, hey, this platform, we're going to be moving this platform and we're going to be doing this thing. Get your affairs in order.
Yeah, and all that stuff could have been under NDA. You know what I mean? They could have sent that out months ago.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a shitty thing too, but nobody's speaking on that.
Right.
Yeah. I remember Forte when they signed Ninja, you said Ninja was going to be a very integral part of promoting Halo.
He would been if he was thing still.
Yeah, I mean, it's just missed opportunity potentially. I think with not having him on board, and you get the release of this big franchise potentially. So,
well, I think that I think so. What was really, I guess, important for them to make this partnership with Facebook was that they wanted, and you know how everything they seem to be doing ever since they've had this shift, and Phil was elevated to a board member, and Xbox is now on the same level as their other bigger ventures as far as the departments and divisions in Microsoft go, has been about cloud gaming, Game Pass, xCloud. Like all of this is all tied together, and I think Mixer was really like their driving force to help get people onto xCloud. Like that whole functionality of this partnership, the main thing that they're getting out of it from Facebook is that people can be watching someone play a game on Facebook Gaming, and then just within a click of a button, be able to be playing that on xCloud. If you think about how much Facebook Gaming is growing, they're probably looking at like, man, we really want that many people playing on xCloud. That means they're getting Xbox Live. They're getting something, like out of it. Like there's some way of getting them into their ecosystem. And so that was very important for them, but Mixer wasn't growing. So if Mixer's not growing, you're not, all that functionality that you planned, long-term plans for xCloud isn't happening. You're going to have to so that's where they said, look, let's spend the money and get some big time players in this realm into our ecosystem. That didn't work. Now we've been over all the reasons why it didn't work, and it's all mostly falls on their head of mismanagement, but at the end of the day, it's time to pull the plug. And it's just it's business. I'm not going to I feel bad for the people who are affected by it, the employees who now have to get laid off, who work in Mixer division. They should be firing one particular person. I know that for damn sure. I'm not going to get into that because that's just going to get my blood pressure up. It's a little late in the evening for that. But the other partners as we spoke about, who have to figure out where they're going to move to which platform they're going to move to, and how they're going to get the community to follow them there, and how they're going to see like the differences in how their money looks, how those checks are cut. Are they cut differently? Is there a different percentage on ad revenue on this new platform than it was with Mixer? What are the rules? Are they more strict or less strict? Yada yada yada. Like there's so many different changes, but this is business. I mean, like all these platforms, they try things. It doesn't work out, you shut it down. It's just a part of business. So with PlayStation View, we've seen it with PlayStation. Damn, what was that thing that when that TV service? I really liked it.
That was
That was you.
I forgot the name of
it.
That was you.
That was you.
View, yeah.
Yeah, but I really liked that TV show. They shut it down. I was just
you're talking about Powers.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, you know the show Powers. Yeah.
Powers. like stuff. So, if it doesn't, if only person you got watching it is slow mo backslap, it's probably not going to work.
Yeah, right.
The only dude like cancel Powers. What the fuck? And they're just like, yeah, you only got watching it. Oh,
yeah, sorry,
I guess that makes sense then. It's just if there's no one's watching, you can't just keep burning money on something where it's not working out, especially if it doesn't fit your long-term goals and it's actually hindering your long-term goals for other services that you're trying to get off the ground. So
that's just the thing. Like slow-mo is absolutely that. It is business, right? And that's what people need to understand when they get into these soapbox. Oh, they care. They're so consumer friendly and they
don't care about you.
No, all consumer friendliness rolls into how it makes them money. And if it don't
it don't
make sense.
You're right.
Facts.
But I kind of do want to speak up on behalf of the streamers. First of all, the one of the most important lessons that you should learn as a content creator and a streamer is you always have to diversify. There's a reason why you see me all around this joint. I'm all over the place like Birch here on YouTube and Twitch and Twitter. Like I got to use that app comparison because I'm literally going to be everywhere. The video I was referring to, I linked it in the chat over here, gentlemen. So at your leisure, go ahead and check it out. But again, man, Microsoft fumbled it, and I tell you how, because a rising tide lifts all boats. All they had to do, they could have did something like Ninja's Pick of the Week or something like that, or Shroud's Saturday or something like that. When you'll pick a content creator, preferably a partner, and lift them up, and then it'll lift other people up. Like it's not that difficult to even figure it out. Sadly, it didn't work out. And for the competition side of things, I hope that this deal with Facebook Gaming lights another fire under Twitch, because again, and I'm sorry for bringing it back to that, but I do stream, and it was Blackout Wednesday today, or Blackout Twitch today. For those of you all who don't know what that is, it's pretty much just talking about the rape and these different allegations and the racial, just injustices that go on Twitch in particular. Like literally can flash a tit and throw a cat up into a ceiling fan and watch it shredding to pieces. Right. Meanwhile, shout out to my homie Jack Move Johnny. He can curse somebody out and get banned for 6 months.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to bring that up if you didn't. I was like that. Yeah. Yep. These cats can get away with so much, and Jack, 6 months gone.
Yeah, right. And it's just the craziest thing. And I hope that Microsoft can somehow rebound. I hope that the creators, which I don't know if y'all saw it, but Streamlabs is trying to do something. Twitch is trying to do something to help all of those creators over there.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
I saw it because I got that email too, because I was over on Twitch as well at first. I'm sorry, Mixer as well as first. And I was like, okay, well, if they're gonna implement something and put something in place, then cool. Like if it wasn't from Mixer, I don't know if you all know this, on Twitch, they wouldn't have a section called Small Communities. Like I know y'all, if y'all rock with Zaire and that, but shout out to Zaire. Like he was on that section. I think Erica was on that section too. Like these are the smaller communities, kind of with some buzz that you should go check out. That wasn't there at first up until Mixer started like dominating a little bit. It wasn't, all that stuff wasn't there because all that attention went to Ninja at that point. Then everybody got upset at Twitch and was like, "Oh, this is unfair." And we need that competition. Just point blank period. Now, I'm sorry for being so long to winter, y'all. My bad.
No worries, man. It's all good, man. It's it's definitely this is definitely interesting because no one, like we said earlier, no one saw this thing really coming. Maybe behind the scenes, this was a thing, but just fascinating to say the least. I mean, there was so much. I think a lot of us thought there was a lot of promise behind this. After they made these signatures, and look, I tell you what, Facebook wanted to sign Ninja and Shroud, and I think Shroud and Ninja were like, "Nah, Microsoft, you need to buy us out or something. Buy us out and get." They got paid. They're gonna get paid again, so they're gonna get paid twice.
They declined those deals. They got Ninja got 30 million, I do believe, and Shroud got 10 million.
Yep.
And I'm thinking Ninja's going back to Twitch. A lot of people say that he may not. I think Shroud is going back to Twitch as well. Yeah, what it is, man.
I mean, those guys can kind of, I think, write their own check at this point.
Right.
Where they're going to go,
I think Ninja's really got some beef with Twitch.
Beef, yeah. Remember his Twitch account, the whole pornography thing. So he might have some beef there.
Well, first
but babe, money talks so Forte. Money talks.
No, man. Look, you deleted my account.
Forte,
like, there are dead accounts on Twitch Forte, that they deleted, and they deleted that man's account. Then when they brought it back, they ran porno on it. I'm good.
If they said, hey, you know what, Ninja, our bad, my bad, man. We're sorry. We did what was shitty, but here's 80 million. What do you think?
I'll take if they give me 80. All YouTube got to give me is 60. I'm good.
Bro, yeah, I think this is a perfect opportunity for YouTube to scoop him up.
He already got 25 million subscribers.
He could go to YouTube. I mean, it's
YouTube unless he goes to some obscure. This is the thing. Does he? This is an opportunity. Does he even really want to? Because he said he don't want to stream forever.
He might not want to. Maybe there's something different.
He might want to do something different. So that might be another reason why he said just pay him. He out because he don't want to. No more, really.
He got the bag now. He can be behind the scenes, man. He ain't gonna be on the cam now.
Good point, B.
Shroud is going back to Twitch. That's
it. I could see that.
I can see that happening too.
I want to make this my last comment on this matter. If I'm Ninja, at that point, what I would do, I don't know how much money he has exactly, but if I'm Ninja, I would make my own. I'll be like Linus Tech Tips. I'd make my own version of like Twitch at that point. And I would cultivate talent from there, and I would be behind the scenes 100%. If I'm him, just given the cachet that he has, given the connections he has, because I mean, look, I may not like the guy too much, but Tyler, he has a lot of connections. Well, he has a few connections in the sports world for sure. I know we all saw him on ESPN. Like it blew my mind. He had like a 30 for 30 or whatever type of interview it was. I'm like, yo, what? Why? What? If he's smart,
move.
You partner with LeBron and them, and you if he's smart, he'll. And never mind. I don't want to give him no ideas. And if you steal this idea from me, I'm suing you, Tyler. I'm suing you. I'm mad. I need all the money. But no,
that's funny, man.
He should make his own thing for sure. He should definitely make his own streaming service.
Yep. Enrique?
I say Enrique he done dropped out. StreamYards and quit. Hey, good thing we on StreamYards.
You're right. You know, it's like if this wasn't StreamYards, everybody in the chat be like, "What happened?"
Can't hear you. Yo, so
but I mean, I do think the next topic was Halo Infinite.
Yeah, Halo Infinite.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
so we get that super chat.
Yeah, we did he read that one from Mr. Nate?
No, I don't think he did. All right, hey, sorry, Mr. Miracle, for getting to this late, but appreciate the $5 super chat. Nate from Direct Feed Games has gone on record recently stating that Microsoft has very little to counter what PlayStation is bringing in the launch window. Thoughts? I'll go first. I take everything that people say at this stage with a grain of salt. I learned this very early in my podcasting career, if you want to call it that people say things that they hear and they're very, very bold about it. And then when things come out and it's not what they said, you never hear them say, "Yeah, I was wrong." So, this is on the opposite side of the coin of what I was saying about what the Eastman so-called insider was saying on some message board or whatever, and we were talking about that last week. He was saying it was going to be the greatest thing ever. What did he say? Mic drop after mic drop after mic drop, and this guy's saying, they ain't got nothing to really match PlayStation. And I'm like, well, look, I'm just going to wait until he comes out. I haven't heard anything yay or nay on either side, so I'm not going to believe what anyone really has to say unless they for certain know what they're talking about and they've heard it from people who are directly in the know. And so I mean, we'll see what happens. Either way, it's going to be an exciting event, whether it's a disaster or an amazing success.
Yeah, we can't really speak on it anyway. We don't know what's launching for either console until, that information is out there. We can't really, go either way. So it is what it is.
Damn sure don't stop people from trying, though, B.
You got them flag wavers out there, man. They ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, man.
Okay, I sadly have to make my departure on this note because I have to be up for work extremely early tomorrow. But I do want to just give my input on the first party titles shown that will be for Microsoft.
Please do.
Yeah, but didn't they say Halo Infinite was going to be a launch title, or am I wrong in that assessment?
It is.
Yeah, after what I saw this morning on Twitter or earlier this afternoon on Twitter, Bonnie Ross man. She know that if she fumbles this, it's over. They're either gonna fire her from 3-4-3, or they're definitely taking them off Halo. So they got to make sure that that's together. In terms of like the rumors and stuff like that. Hey, I wish people were more like me and can admit when they're wrong. I've been wrong about quite a few things, and I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong. But hey, Slow-Mo, I mean, you've been around long enough now. You know what's their pride, man. People can't admit when they're wrong.
Yeah, they can't handle it.
People will never let it go. People will never let it go. You remember when you were wrong about this thing? And it's like a bunch of Al Bundys around here, man. I personally don't get it, man.
4 touchdowns.
That's right. 4 touchdowns, 1 game. Poke high, boy.
See, that's the crazy thing, because I look at it like that's a key part of like leadership and also character, is being able to say, hey, I was wrong in this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can respect that. I can't respect when people start, like they can't admit they were wrong and start, deleting stuff and, going back and cleaning it up. It's like, what you covering up? We're human. Everybody's wrong. Everybody can be wrong.
Right. And that's I mean, we don't want to hold you, Hustle. If you got a role, if not, hey, you got a couple more minutes. Keep rocking out with us.
This is what I'll do. And I can announce this here. The next time that I'm available, I will definitely make sure that I'm able to stay for the whole show, and I'll take the next day off. I'll make sure of that before I start the full-time thing. But
we're gonna hold you to that, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold myself to it.
It's clipped. It's clipped. It is done.
I said it on live stream for a reason. Yes, sir.
I'm back. Yes. So,
hey,
robot man.
Transformers.
I'm
Yeah, you botting. Jump.
All right. Go ahead, Hustle, man. I gotta leave, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think you said
you like a bad Nintendo cartridge, man.
Yeah, and we'll keep it going. Enrique, go ahead and work it out, bro. Hustle, we appreciate having you, bro. And I'm messing around. We ain't got nothing clip. Anytime you're ready to come back, just come on back and rock out with us, man.
Yes, sir. And I will see you all on Saturday. Everybody have a good night, and I'll definitely be back around. I can promise you all that. And thank you all for being so kind to me in the chat. I appreciate you guys and girls.
All right, Hustle, thanks for coming
Hustle
through.
and motivate everybody. Get that man a like and a follow.
Exactly. Hustle and motivate. I wish I could take the super chat out so you guys can see his name, but you see his name in the chat earlier. Hustle, if you could just put your name in the chat again. That's Hustle and Motivate on all platforms, on Mixer for like the next 28 days.
Yeah.
Twitch.
Did it on Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So go ahead and check him out. He makes good content and he's a good dude.
All right. Hey, I'll see y'all later. All right.
All right, bro.
All
right. So B, how do you feel about? No, you already spoke about this. You didn't speak on this rumor. What do you think
on the rumor for the July event?
Yeah, well, from this Nate from Direct Feed Games, him saying that there's very little to counter from Microsoft what PlayStation is bringing in the launch window, which is typically launch window was like the first 6-7 months, right?
Yeah. It's one of those things, like you said, we've heard so much back and forth. Like you said, we've had guys that are like saying it's going to be the hammer drop or the mic drop moments, and we've heard other people saying that they're really going to bring a fire show. Like we've seen even Optimus Code has said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of on that same wave as you guys. Like at this point, we're so close. I just got to see it. But the only thing I can say, and it's like we talked about in DM earlier, is one thing I'm not doing anymore. I'm not doing that whole we're tempering expectations and all that other stuff. And I said I might burn it down if somebody comes back with that. Well, wait till next.
Oh yeah, I want to hear that.
We're not hearing that now. This is it.
Yeah.
Whichever way it goes, now is the time to start showing it.
I agree.
So we can't walk away from this. Like and like B said in the chat too, that goes for Sony too. Like they got to bring it too. They can't sit back on their laurels.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're about to ask people to drop some money.
Mm-hmm.
So
hey guys, am I still botting?
No, you're a lot better now.
Oh my God. So
that's what I wish people would understand is like stop saying temper expectations and stop, this back and forth, because the fact of the matter is the relationship between us and these companies is they take our money from us. Unless they're going to start shipping free consoles, then expect the moon. Demand the moon.
Right. Yeah. Right. Hey, did you guys get that super chat, the $5 one?
Yeah. That's what we're discussing right now.
All right, cool. Yeah. So what happened was my son, my 19-month-old, decided to pull out 2 pods in my house, unplugged them, and it messed up it messed up my internet. Like he pulled them, and if they're all off, it just yeah.
He said you can't.
So I'm like, I go upstairs. I'm like,
but juice box earlier.
You're right. No, it's funny. It's like I'm watching TV, so I know the internet's working because I'm still streaming, like my TV streaming, because I have the Xfinity app on my TV. I'm like, what is this? So I go upstairs. I'm like, honey, what's going on? And I see my 19-month. He's walking around with 2 pods in his hands. I'm like, he's like, plug them shit back in the wall.
This fool gave me. He tried me with fruit punch. I asked for apple juice.
Yeah. my 19-month, I can see my 19-month-old. He's like him downstairs.
Yeah.
Thank God for StreamYard, right?
Yeah, right. We were just saying that. Hey, look, if this wasn't StreamYard, be like the chat, be like, what's going on? There's just nothing happening. But yeah, Forte, did you speak on this yet?
Oh, let me say one more thing, Slomo. But
my bad. Go ahead.
What I was saying.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I do fully expect there to be something out of this show that will impress.
Oh,
we're still talking about the super chat.
Yeah.
Okay, the July. Oh, yeah. So basically, you guys are saying don't temper expectations.
Hell no.
No. We're saying you have your expectations be whatever your expectations be. Just don't like what all these insiders saying. Hey, it's going to be shit. Hey, it's going to be amazing. It's going to make your dick hard. Like, look, whatever.
Really, Slobo?
Don't listen to any of there are too many people that always say these things, and then they never own their L after the show is the opposite of what they said. So this happens every single time. Don't listen to them, but let your expectations be what you want them to be. Like we want some fire games. We want you to actually have something that competes with your competition. That's what we want, and leave it at that. The whole it's I heard from a person who's heard from another person who is a janitor at Microsoft that they got nothing. I'm like, okay, all right, thanks.
You know what? You know what's funny? It's like, I've been hearing the same things about this show's going to be fired. We all hope it is. I hope it is. I hope Microsoft, brings it. They need to bring it because it benefits everyone if they do, and I'm tired of tempering my expectations. I'm tired of waiting till E3 of next year. I'm tired of Phil coming out and saying, oh, we have all these games to show. It's going to be our best. And then it's like,
I'm more excited for what we didn't show. Like, if I hear that crap one more time,
I don't hear that shit.
I am tagging people and I am going in, and you can mute or block me if you want, but you ain't hear what I gotta say because I never want to hear that crap again. Like that's the things you don't say after a bad show.
I'm gonna say it again though. If we get to this show and it goes without Phil and Aaron coming out with the hyperbole,
oh yeah,
and the hype, it's probably gonna be a good show. That's just tradition. But if they come out with the biggest show in Xbox history, it's a wrap. We done.
There's certain buzzwords, it's like kind of a red flag. Like you're right, Eve. They say best show in Xbox history. Most games ever
shown. They were saying that for 3 years.
We're gonna show 90 games at this show. Like when they do that, we got 50 games to show. Like
we have 30 exclusives.
Hold up,
really.
You gonna show 50 games in an hour and a half? You know what? You got a sizzle reel of 30 games. Right? That's the sizzle reel. That's part.
We're gonna. Slumber, what if they tell us they're gonna show us gameplay?
Of what? That's my follow-up question. You can show me gameplay, because then if I think Halo Infinite, and then you show me gameplay of Grounded, and then Halo Infinite is a trailer, I'm mad. So it's like, yeah, look, you said you were going to show us gameplay before, and then you showed us gameplay of a game made by one person, and maybe 0.5 seconds of gameplay per trailer of everything else. Let's reel that back in. Just do less talking, more showing. And I think Forte is waiting to get back in.
Oh, okay. Let me let him. Do I have to let him back in?
Yeah.
All right. Forte, Slow-Mo said, "Don't let you in."
No, I could hear the whole conversation, sir. I know exactly what Slow-Mo said. I'm sitting here typing like, "Let me in.
Let me in." No,
I don't want to think jail.
Yeah, you know what, Slow-Mo? It's funny, man. Like I'm at a point, like, and this is one of the topics I want to talk about tonight. Like, can Microsoft retake the lead with the Series X? Like you guys have all said, show me. Like I'm tired of the power talk. We know this. We know this fucking console's powerful. We got that. We know this, and we know this. You talk about it all the fucking time. You can't go anywhere, on an Xbox podcast without hearing the Xbox Series X most powerful console. Can't Phil talks about it. Aaron talks about it.
Is massive. It's a massive delta power.
Massive. Yeah.
Here is PlayStation, and all the way over there across the Grand Canyon is the Xbox Series X. That's how big the delta is. It's massive.
I mean, it's just we hear about how consumer friendly they are, backwards compatibility, and the funny shit that makes you crack up is they have smart delivery. Sony doesn't. No, they both do. Just one coined it smart delivery, but they both have the same feature. We know about xCloud.
One talks about it, one hasn't. That's all.
We know about Game Pass. We know about all that stuff's great. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. But show me some fucking games. That's what I want to see. I want to see some games. I don't care about the power of the console.
What Game Pass is, Enrique? Game Pass is nothing but games.
I want to see. I want to see the July event.
I'm about to say, you said you want to see games, but that's Game Pass legit is nothing but games.
I don't care that Shoots and Ladders is free on Game Pass this month. I don't care. I don't care that Dice Roller VR is on Game Pass this month. I don't care.
Don't throw no shade to Shoots and Ladders. Shoots and Ladders runs on Xbox One X in 4K 30, sir.
Okay? Yes, 4K. And yes,
4K.
You're right. Game Pass games.
You don't care about games like Grounded?
No, I look. I get that Game Pass is games. We get that, right? But I'm talking about games, new games. I want to see some big bangers.
Oh Lord.
I need them to coordinate like what's his face did with the mushroom suit.
You don't care about West of Dead? I actually heard West of Dead is pretty good though.
You don't care about games like Wasteland 3 and stuff like that?
You don't care about No Man's Sky that came out?
Not really. No, not really. No.
You don't care about Devil May Cry 5 when it was in there?
No, not really. No. I don't.
You don't care about Alan Wake? They added Alan Wake. That was only out.
You don't care about Control when it finally goes in there?
Man, this is not working.
No, I do. If you go out there and you say we have the most powerful console on planet Earth, if this thing could cure the pandemic, you better show it. Show me.
I don't think they ever said it.
Final Fantasy 9 is in Game Pass, and when I played that when I was 19 years old, that was a really good game.
Yep. What about Outer Worlds? Outer Worlds isn't a good game.
Actually,
Streets of Rage 4.
How about Panzer Dragoon Orta? That's actually in Game Pass.
Yeah. You said there's no games.
Look, man, Halo hype is coming up. You can play Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. No, but look, I'm talking about the
Frostpunk's in there.
I'm talking about
Metro Exodus is in there.
They still got a Plague Tale in there. That game is awesome.
The Plague Tale's good. No, I'm talking about the July event and Series X though. That's what I'm talking about here.
Well, I would say this for certain. Probably, well, not probably. Absolutely guaranteed, because these are all first-party games. Everything that they're going to show in July is going to be in Game Pass day one, without question. because they're all first party or second party games. Like Tell Me Why, Don't Nod. That's a second party game. They're probably going to show that because that's also coming out. They're probably going to stealth launch that during the show or something because it was supposed to come out this summer. But then there's other second party games that they do have in the pipeline with other big time developers, as well as all these rumors that they're acquiring like 2 or 3 developers, and one of them is a Polish developer. So like they're going to have some news, some things to show us. They're probably going to announce xCloud is free with Game Pass and stuff like that. So I'm expecting a lot. That's my personal expectation. I'm expecting a lot of gameplay from Halo Infinite. I want to see the game running. I want to see it running on Slip Space Engine. I want to see I want it to look amazing. But I really want to know how the game plays, what changes they've made with it, and what are they doing to address the issues that 343 has had consistently with making Halo. And then I want to see basically what all their 15 studios are doing. I don't care if it's a JPEG on the screen and you don't have anything to actually show me. Like if Compulsion is working on working on a third person AAA of action adventure game, I want to see freaking concept art. I don't care if it's
man. We don't want no EA show.
No.
Next gen when they showing random stuff.
I want everything because there are people who are further along. There are people who are further along, like Ninja Theory with Hellblade 2 and Project Mara, than where Compulsion is. But I just kind of want to know where they're all at. So let me know what's coming in the future with Compulsion, just so I know that like in 2023, I know what's going to happen then. Like I want to see everything, and I know I'm probably not going to see everything. But that's why
pull the curtain down.
Yeah, pull the whole curtain down. Just show the whole shebang. Show everything, and you're going to see stuff that's further along, stuff that's going to come out next year, stuff that's going to come out in 2 years from now. But even if it's just we're just announcing it. We're announcing a remake for yada yada yada. All right, thank you. Appreciate that. I know that's something that I might look forward to if it was a game I used to play or whatever. And then that's cool. That's what I want to see.
Show me the money, Slimo. That's what you're saying. Show me the money.
Show me the money. And the money is not just, games that look, no shade to Game Pass because I enjoy the hell out of Game Pass, but games that came out 6 months ago, now they're in Game Pass. All right, cool. But more than likely if I wanted it, a boy then played it. So
yeah, don't need a Series X for Game Pass. So anyway, look,
but you needed not to play crappy games at 30 frames per second.
Say that again. I couldn't hear you.
I said you do need it not to have to play games on console at 30 frames per second on with your friends. You do need
I mean, depending on the game.
Yeah,
I said with your friends.
Yeah, but I mean.
Yeah, see, friends matter, man. Y'all keep jumping over that.
What I'm saying is that we don't have a guarantee that Xbox Series X for all multiplayer games are going to run it at 60.
The game I care about does. It's already been confirmed.
And you should be playing that game on your 2080 Super.
I will, but my friends But listen, my friends. Hey, shout out to Taz.
You could
shout out to Taz. They haven't announced that yet. Once they do, then my Xbox is in the bushes.
They haven't announced what?
They haven't announced. They said they're trying for next year for crossplay.
Yeah, they did say that. Yeah.
If they would have said day one, then your boy wouldn't be buying an Xbox day one. I'd be like, there's no reason to buy this thing.
But why buy it at all then if it's going to do crossplay next year?
Because I mean, just like I could have waited. I could have played games on my laptop. It has a 1070 in it. It's more than capable.
But
Slimo, why do that?
Slimo, see, Xbox RDNA 2 will be more powerful than 2080 Ti.
What do you say? Oh shoot!
It should be.
It should be. Yeah.
It should be more powerful than a card that came out 2018.
2018.
Yeah, that's like.
But the question is it going to be?
You're basically doing the bare minimum. You're walking and talking at the same time.
But the question is it going to be better than Ampere?
Oh, we already
we already know that.
we already know that.
Yeah, look,
we
like
already
Xbox,
know what those least specs of Ampere look like.
Xbox, here's the thing, man. We have a 30 series car coming out September of this year. That's significantly more. Yeah, so I leave it at that. And
all I want from AMD.
And if you watch
I just want AMD to make those prices better.
Exactly. I just want them to make NVIDIA blink and say, "Oh man, we gotta bring these prices down," because they're close enough that people will say, "I'll take 15% less performance to not have to pay double the price."
Exactly.
And that's it. That's all they gotta do. All AMD has to do is outperform 2080 Ti by 35%. They do that. They've done enough, but outperforming Ampere, that's not
irrelevant at that point.
Yeah, hey, Xhawk says, it's going to cost you a lot more too compared to the.
Hey, we all pay the same amount of money when it's all said and done. You spend $2,000 on your HD TV. I spent $300 on my monitor, and I get better.
From what I hear, that 3070 look like it can rival a 2080 Ti, and a 2070 right now costs like $600.
There were reports saying the 3060 will.
The 3060 will.
The 3060 on par with the
2070. 27's $499 right now.
Yeah,
so
$500.
But again, you got to remember though, like you really can't compare like the PC GPU. You just can't. It's just not an apples to apples.
Xhawk, if you want all right, you can be paying a lot of money, man. All I'm saying is that I'm not trying to throw shade at anyone. When people always say about when it comes to PC gaming, well, you spend a lot of money for that, but I'm like, they always have a very narrow view of how much money you're spending. Now, if you want to say, I don't like to have to do all the troubleshooting, I found it horrifying listening to Enrique trying to, learning how to install his.
Hey, don't. First of all,
I'm not. No, some people think that is horrifying though. Them doing, they can't picture themselves doing that.
Oh, stuff. I did it. Slow.
Yeah, I know.
I've never done it in my life.
I know it's easy, Enrique, but other people don't see it that way. They feel like I just want it to work. And so they feel like, I spent $500 on my console and it just works. I have no issue with that whatsoever. You not wanting to do any of the extra stuff, that's all preference. But when people say things about cost, that's a different argument. And thank you for $50.
So Optimus code with the $15 super chat. Optimus code with the $15 super chat. Shout out to you, homeboy. Slow Moss TV argument is trash. TV is for movies. Games just benefit from it.
Okay,
Slow-mo
here is the backslap to code because monitors for your PC are for more than just gaming too. I can watch TV on my monitor. I can do other things. I can do video editing on my monitor. I can do work on my monitor. All display devices are for more than just gaming. So saying that your TV is for more than just gaming when you know damn well that you had to spend $2,000 on the TV to get the same performance to look the best that console could look. You know damn well that a LG C9 running an Xbox One X game looks different than a TCL TV. So let's not do this. Let's not do these arguments where you try to play semantics and I kill that shit with like a volleyball spike and you got no rebuttal. So thank you.
Okay. On that note. Wait, hold on.
Okay. Here we go. It's in blue. Shout out to Optimus Code with a $2. Has Slow-Mo ever heard of home theater?
Let's see. Again, this goes back to what my point is about cost. You get what you pay for. If you want to spend money on a home theater and get great surround sound, yes, the sound of your gaming is going to be better than just the typical TV that you get or the typical monitor that you get. That's great. You can set up a home theater with your PC build too. That means nothing. Don't know what you're talking about, but I do appreciate the $2 super chat.
Oh, Glorious War said you don't see, and he said you don't see actual colors in HDR. You need to get an OLED.
Nope. Monitors have HDR too. Bam!
They do.
Fight.
They do now.
Let's go. Who else wants some? I'm out here. I'm down.
Slow-mo dropping you all like Zab Judah getting dropped. So look, like I get like what Optimus is saying. I get what you're saying, Slow-mo. Like what you, because a lot of the shit that I get, like, oh, you spent $2,000 on your PC. And I'm like, yeah, well, you spent, if you think about your gaming setup, your console and your TV, you're probably at $2,000 there as well, right? I mean, you know,
right.
It just.
What I'm saying is that, like, and you're right, Enrique. For the cost of gaming, it's all the same. We all spend the same amount of money. It's when it comes to cost, it's really about preference. There's some people who are like, I can get a as we all talk about, like the most common GPU in the PC is a 1060. You're not doing 4K gaming with that. You're doing 1060, 1080p,
60.
You got people who are like, you know what? I just rock with a base PlayStation 4 or a Xbox One S with a TCL. You know, that's good for them. Their performance and their visual and all that stuff isn't as good as someone who has a PS4 Pro or Xbox One X with a C9. At the same way that the guy with a 1060 ain't get the same performance as someone with a 2080 Ti and those amazing like $600 monitors, or the amazing C9 HD TVs. You get what you pay for all across the board for all gaming. It doesn't matter which camp you're in.
Yeah, I will never tell somebody that PC gaming is the most affordable thing ever, because console gaming isn't the most affordable thing ever. It's more affordable than PC gaming, but you got to think, over the course of a generation, there has been 3 redesigns and different SKUs or actually 4 for the Xbox, and there's been 2 for the PlayStation, and most of us have had each variation of that system. My PC, I literally didn't touch for 4 years, and then my graphics card went out and I had to buy a new graphics card. But guess what? If I don't upgrade anything, I'm good for at least another 10 years. My 8700K will be more than capable for the next at least half a decade before I even have to touch that thing. And my graphics card will be the same way too. I can't say that for consoles, especially that's why we're moving away from original Xbox, because the original Xbox is going to hold, and even the PS4 to probably a lesser extent, but sooner or later, those older systems are going to phase themselves out, and you're going to have to spend money to get into something newer. So yeah, the cost of entry is what most people use as that barometer of saying that PC is such a hard thing to do. But once you get into it, it's easy to just continuously just upgrade your stuff when you need to. Don't look at these videos of people out here saying, oh, I got it. Don't follow people on Twitter. First of all, people on Twitter that's upgrading their stuff just to upgrade it. They're like the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah.
Those people out there, you should never base the buying decisions on people that upgrade all the time. There will be people that literally bought GPUs this year and will literally turn around in September when the new Ampere cards come out and spend $1,000 on a new graphics card. See Optimus Code, he's one of them. So I don't want to hear people going back and forth about console and PC, because they all have their own breaking point when it comes to what you're willing to pay for your experience, and you get the same benefits out of both of them. Some people want to stream and they want to play games. That's why they play on PC. Some people just buy games to play with their friends on console, and that's why they play on console. It really just comes down to you, but don't let other people influence why you're buying something, because it's up to you to spend the money that you are comfortable in spending, and that's really it.
Let's get a super chat. Optimus Code, $15 super chat. Not true. My PC was 2K and my TV is 5K. My TV isn't for gaming exclusively. It's for home theater, and games just benefit from it. Plenty of people game on monitors and not cash out for TV. Now, that last sentence, I'm not quite sure what you meant by that, but what I was saying, Code, is that they both, the monitor and the TV, are both devices that have multiple uses, not just gaming. So someone can use them for more than gaming. And I use myself as an example with my monitor. I use my monitor for the one I use on gaming for video editing. I use it for a multitude of other uses outside of just gaming. So just, of course, we're all different people. you may only use your monitor for your PC for gaming and nothing else. But then you use your TV for all other uses, of course, as we all do. What I'm saying is that if you got the level of TV that you got because you wanted to have the very best.
You see his tweet? I knew that's what it was. I was like, he up here making this more than it need to be. I was about to tell you, get your butt in here if you want to make this giant argument about something that I know you don't even believe your damn self.
That was the best though, man. Shout out to you.
I know he is. He put color on the line for it.
He wanted to derail the discussion by guess for all the
he went after the one person in the podcast he knew he can trick into it too.
Well played, Code. Well played, sir.
You know that I'm a sucker for it. I apologize, guys.
All right, moving on, sir.
Well played, Code. Well played, sir. But look. Speaking of Xbox, we got a little bit of a teaser for Halo Infinite with the voice of Atriox, and look, I think what's great about this, at least this bit of news as relates to Halo. A lot of fans have been clamoring and talking about, hey, Atriox needs to be in the next Halo Infinite. It sounds like Microsoft is listening. And I haven't, I haven't finished Halo Wars 2. It's really not my bad, really. It's not. I'm not really into those kind of games, but I've heard a lot of like Atriox.
Right on your PC, it's really good.
Yeah, that's what. It's funny you mentioned that. I might actually go back to.
If you do it on PC, I'll play it with you.
Okay. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, we might have to do that for today. But Atriox as the protagonist is one of the best or one of the more memorable, I think, villains, if you will, in the Halo universe in quite some time. So I think it's cool that we're going to see potentially a Master Chief and Atriox battle between the two. And I think that, at least for me, it sets up better than Halo versus Locke, right? Or not Halo versus Master Chief versus Locke from Halo 5. But Lethal saying that's not Atriox's voice. He says, pretty sure it's a warlord leading a fleet in the Banished that isn't part of the Ark's force. All right. Sounds like Atriox to me, but maybe it's not. But if it is Atriox, what do you guys think? Good move, bad move, excited, hyped?
I am definitely, as I used the GIF when I saw it. I said, yeah, you had like from DiCaprio and Django. What did he say? He was like, you have my interest. Now you got my attention. Because I'm a Halo fan, so I've been very, very interested in Halo Infinite, and I've been doing videos on Halo Infinite, and I've been also cautious because I know 343's history with the game, and know that 343 has not fully lived up to the expectations that everybody wanted for them with Halo, the Halo IP. So them listening to fans has got me kind of excited, because this is something that a lot of people have been talking about ever since Halo Wars 2 came out. And like you, Enrique, I didn't finish Halo Wars 2. I don't know what it was. It may have been just the fact where I was and where I was interested in at the time that I was playing it. But I felt like I was just like forcing myself to play it. And I just quit and gave it up, even though I enjoyed Halo Wars 1. But I did like his character. I did like the Banished. I did like the whole story. It was just the actual playing the game that I couldn't stand for some reason. Maybe I'll get back into it at some point. But when you have a large number of Halo fans that played that game and said, this guy is so good. Like this is something that I was saying to Forte a little while ago. Halo has never really had a main antagonist, like a singular person as an antagonist. It's always been like a big, culturally huge, group of people. The Covenant, the Flood. It's never been just one dude. And so I think said antagonist, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I thought I said antagonist. So anyway, I think this is great for them, because having a strong antagonist always improves the story. It always makes people more interested in the game. And I think that will be something that will kind of lead people to feel way differently than they did about Halo Guardians, where a lot of people didn't even want to finish the campaign. This goes a long way in that. And now I just kind of hope that story-wise, the same people that were working on Halo Wars 2 is also helping them with the campaign for Halo Infinite, because, man, like that, their track record there ain't the greatest in my opinion. So hopefully it all works out. But I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, and real quick, lethal.
Sorry, Plus Ultra said the little shop of horrors plant. That was about the biggest antagonist he had, really, because other than that, they were pretty much just running from the demon.
Oh yeah,
like mowing everybody down.
Yeah. Lethal Terminus, by the way, says the Banished needs to be built up. I need to see the sense of urgency back in Halo with sacrifice and loss like Halo Reach. Reach is my second favorite Halo game ever, by the way. The good guys need to struggle, and they did express that in Halo 5 well. I think that's a great point. I think the good guys do need to struggle. Atriox seems like a like a badass, like main character, main villain, like you said, Slimo, that we haven't had that could lead the Banished, right? The Banished is they're a violent faction of ex-Covenant mercenaries, right? And to me, that's I guess why they look like Covenant. I mean, they're kind of a break from traditional Covenant, if you will. I think what Lethal said is spot on. Like I want to see the struggle with Master Chief. I don't want to see. I think Eric, did you say like he pops in a room, or I forget what you said, something about the devil's here or whatever, what they call him.
Yeah, the demon.
The demon. Yeah, he's here. Whatever they call him. Yeah, like I don't want to see that anymore. I want to see some grit. I want this game to punch us in the gut, kind of like what we see The Last of Us Part 2, like The Last of Us.
And don't be afraid to like really if they're gonna do the Atriox, because we're speculating obviously, but don't be afraid to Empire Strikes Back it. Leave it on a down note.
Yes.
Like leave it with like there's no hope, like what's gonna happen. I had a friend of mine once, we were talking about the Transformers movies back kind of like when they came out, and whether you like them or hate them, whatever the case may be. But he said something to me and I was like, damn, it made a lot of sense. He said, why those movies kind of came and went, they kind of fall flat. He said they knew they were going to do 3 of them. Why shouldn't one of them been where the Decepticons won and left them struggling, right? Like really just beat them down, and that's kind of how it like ended. And I was like, damn, just saying that made it much more intriguing. Like it would have been a lot cooler. So do something like that. Get people invested.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the first thing I thought about was something like that, and then I thought about Avengers and Endgame and Infinity War. It's like I love the fact that Thanos won in the first one, and that's why I think a lot of people resonated with that movie probably the most. I think most people will probably tell you Infinity War was the better of the 2 movies, where Endgame was just the payoff was so good because of the experiences of all 23 movies tied together. It was like they tied a bow with that movie, but when you looked at Endgame, what's the name? It was just the better movie overall, like structure wise. So I really enjoy seeing stuff like that. Yep. I think it really jostles up what people expect in these type of movies or just in games in general. Especially if it's not going to be the only one you do, it's always good to know that, hey, the protagonist is in peril. You really don't know what's going to happen next. And I think the reason they don't do it in video games as much is because it's more of an experience that you play through, that you don't know when the next one's coming out, versus where a movie, you already have a slate that knows we're making this and this is when the next one's coming out. It's kind of announced ahead of time when they know they're going to be doing like things in a movie that a lot of people probably won't agree with off the bat. They'll be like, okay, there's another one coming, so they're probably going to tighten up a lot of the stuff that we didn't see in this one and the next one. Where a game, they're case by case. If the game doesn't do well, there's a good chance that another one might not come, depending on the company that's making it. So it's a little bit more risky for them to do it in a game. But I always felt like when I saw Atriox for the first time in Halo, and I saw that first cutscene of him lay waste to those Spartans, I was like,
3 Spartans by himself.
When he laid waste to those Spartans, bro, I was like, oh, this is what I'm talking about, because that gives you, that brung a level of intimidation that you haven't had in a Halo game in forever. And I think the Covenant, as much as I love the Covenant, and granted, Atriox is part of the Covenant, but he's part of the banished side of the Covenant. I just felt like when you look at that character, the strength that he proposed on top of everyone else and he oppressed in that game, it was more of, how would this play out in the main line? And the regular Covenant, the prophets and stuff, like the worshiping, is like, it kind of got to a point where it was kind of out of control. It really wasn't about you versus the Covenant. It was basically the Covenant trying to find themselves and get to this higher plane of existence and all this other crazy stuff that they build on over the course of the movie. It stopped being about the demon. That's what they called Master Chief, the demon. It stopped being about him. It started being about all this extra stuff where Atriox is like, no, it's about us, and anybody that stands in front of us, you can move out the way. And that's what I want to see what Halo does. So when I saw that trailer this morning, I instantly was like, I was so down on Halo, like not because of the direction of it, just more of, I don't know what I can do and trust 343. But when I saw this trailer, I was like, oh, now you got my attention. You got me interested. Now the expectations that I'm trying not to have for this game is starting to creep up, because you're giving, now this is you truly listening to your fans. Your fans have been talking about this for years, ever since they saw the inclusion of this character brought into the universe. Now, if this is, and then like I told Slow-Mo earlier, the fact that they did not use Atriox's voice to give this communication, like this cry out and letting people know what was happening, makes it even more of a ambiguous thing. It's like now you have these other followers speaking the words of Atriox for him, and he's not the one doing it. So it's like this thing that no one knows who he is except for the people that encountered him on that first ring and stuff. So this is like another way for them to get the story out there and get people excited. And like Slow-Mo said earlier, the only downside to that is now they have to deliver. See, you're giving us the golden goose. How are you going to deliver the golden goose to us in a very containable story? Hopefully they can do it, but I'm excited just because of this one move today in a minute and 12-second trailer.
Right.
Let me ask you something, guys. If Atriox is in this game, and they still have, a remnants of the banished here in this game, is that a miss not to have Atriox in the game?
That's a miss.
It's a miss.
It's a big miss.
Because I'm wondering, like, even though like they're saying it's not his voice, it's a tease to the banish. I think to me, like, an awesome surprise would be for him to be in that game and just hand Master Chief an L, like inflict mass casualties.
You talking about the Hulk effect at the beginning?
Yeah, exactly. Like what Lethal Terminus did. Yeah, exactly. I think Lethal Terminus mentioned that in the live chat as well, because like Master Chief hasn't really taken many L's, right? I mean, come on, like he fought the last Halo, he fought Agent Locke. Agent Locke cracked his face shield. That would have never happened. Like in Halo lore, that just would have never happened. I don't know why.
Still won that fight too.
Yeah,
even though it was a trash fight the last 20 seconds.
It was a trash fight. Yeah.
That campaign was not a campaign, but the commercial campaign was fire though.
Oh yeah, man.
That fight was like
more like "Long live the king." Was it?
Yeah, you'll try. I mean, that was like, yeah, it was just.
I'll stop it.
Yeah, I mean, but no, I think that's. I love that Thanos approach to this. Like Thanos did to Hulk. I mean, like I would love to see that. I mean, that, like, we talk about the punch in the gut, right? And I think that's kind of why I'm so infatuated with The Last of Us 2 and just The Last of Us in general. That because it draws out that emotion that I've been very disconnected from Halo for quite some time now. And that's a problem for me. Like I was what made Halo great for me early on when I played the first Halo 2 was that emotional investment in Master Chief and Cortana and battling the Covenant and playing Reach, which was just a phenomenal game. Reach is, like I said, my second favorite Halo game.
That's one of all of them to me, secretly.
You know what, Forte? I wouldn't even argue that, man. It's again, I said it's second best for me, but I could see why you would make an argument for it being the best of the Halo games. But I've lost that connection, and like I want to see them kind of give me a reason to care again about the characters in this game. I think that's what's been missing for me, at least, with this Halo game, and maybe introducing Atriox and kill Master Chief. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, please don't.
I
Yeah,
usually,
say that stuff,
but
man.
I think if I was just to tie that up, like the reason I could, like for me, the reason I can say, because it's still up in the air. It depends on how I feel a day. But the reason I can firmly say that Reach could be a better game for me is because they did something in that game that most games don't do. They made a book basically about that game, about how all that stuff played itself out. So if you read Fall of Reach, you kind of knew how everything played itself out on its lead up to the original Halo CE. They made you care about wanting to play that game based off that book. Then they gave you characters that you knew nothing about and made you care about all 5 of those characters in the span of a 20-hour game. Most games can't pull that off. I literally had an emotional attachment to every last one of those characters as they were getting picked off piece by piece, all the way up to the end of that game when they made you fight as long as you, like, literally, I didn't know if you had to survive that. I fought literally in that arena for like 20 minutes before I finally died and realized that, oh, you're just supposed to die. You know, but you felt an attachment to that game through the characters, and I'm not gonna say no other game, but very few games do that, and it's one chance it has, and that game only had one chance to do it, and it did it flawlessly.
Yeah, but Forte, that's what was so special for me about Halo when it first came out. That connection. And it's not there for me anymore. We'll grab the super chat real quick. JD Gamer, $2 super chat. Thank you. Says, would you like to see Halo Wars continued?
Yes.
Yeah, they should continue it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be the end. It should be more like, I think with them doing Infinite behind the timeline of the game, they found a way to basically just weave all of these different universes together. And just because I don't think Atriox is going to be, I don't think if he is in this game, it's going to be finished, or the conflict is going to be satisfied in the first version of the game. This is going to take course over the couple of iterations, like updates and years. And I think they're going to play on this for quite some time. They're going to probably build another Halo Wars out of it before they get all said and done with Atriox.
Yeah. That's wow. I really hope that what we discussed is the direction this game goes in, because that would be very exciting for me as a Halo fan, or somebody who's kind of been disenfranchised with that series for since.
He just asked another one. JD Damer, shout out with the other $2 super chat. What would the best Halo game in the series be to you? I already said it's mostly. If you put a gun to my head, Halo Reach. If I had to pick two, it would be Halo 3 and Halo Reach together. What about you guys?
Halo Guardians. Like, no, seriously. Halo Combat Evolved is my favorite. It's not the best game technically, or with the reuse of many map designs and just the architecture of everything, but how it made me feel. It is just a legendary first person shooter, and the times I spent with friends playing multiplayer all throughout the night, even to the point where we got started getting together with dumb switches and connecting all of us to the switches so we could get 16 people in one match. Just like those memories, just they don't go away. So like that game is my favorite, despite not being, I would say technically probably Reach and Halo 2. No, Halo 3. Reach and Halo 3 I think are probably like 1A and 1B, but Halo Combat Evolved would just always be my favorite.
Yeah,
I'd say the same. Combat Evolved, for the fact that it was again that system seller. Like I saw that game, I was like, yo, I gotta get an Xbox.
They made me buy a PC at first, and then they took it away from PC.
And I remember when Halo supposed to be a Mac game.
Yeah, it was at it was showed at Macworld first time.
I remember it was an RTS then.
But yeah, so Combat Evolved will probably be like for a lot of the same reasons Slow Mo was mentioning. Then yeah, Reach is definitely in there. But I loved ODST for what it was doing.
Yeah, that was another one.
I liked ODST.
Buck was Buck Wild.
Yeah. I love the drop at the beginning of the game. I always forget.
Man. Sometimes listen, man. God dang, I'm so upset at 343 for messing up the Master Chief Collection at first. So many people like myself wanted to go into that and enjoy Halo all over again. But it goes back to telling you only got one chance to make a first impression.
Yes.
Even knowing I played all those Halos before, day one, I was ready to jump in and play Halo again, and it did not work. And that game, I own that game. I don't got it through Game Pass. I actually own that game since the day that I got it. I actually got Reach because they released that game to Reach like 6 months later to anybody that bought that game day one on Xbox Live. So I had Reach like a year and a half or 2, no, actually 4 years before they gave it out to everybody else. So it just disappointed the hell out of me that it didn't work day one. And just imagine, if I'm a huge Halo fan, how many other people lost an experience to enjoy all those games under one umbrella almost 7 years ago because it just didn't work. It was the most disappointing thing ever.
I'm really somewhat disappointed with how Halo 2 came out on PC recently, and it's just there's so many like little issues. There hitches. Like I mean, I have that game should be no issues whatsoever on my PC, and yet there are transitional like frame rate drops. Like you go into when you know how it is with where you go. Let's say you're on the Warhog and you clear one area and then you drive a little bit. You go into the next area. It's like it's trying to get all the AIs together for that next area, and then like the frame rate will drop drastically and then go right back up. It's a small drop, but what it does is it's very jarring when you're playing and you see it happen. And then there's just other little small issues that you just wish weren't present in a game that's really so old, even though they're remastering it. And yeah, like the cutscenes are really well done, like really well done cutscenes, but it's just
who's the company that did all the cutscenes for them? I forget the name of them.
I forgot their name too, but I think they're actually helping them with the port too.
They are. With the port. I'm about to look it up. I forget the name of the company.
Yeah, but it's just it's I really wish it was better. Man.
Yeah, in terms of ranking Halo, I would say Halo Combat Evolved would be number 1 for me. Halo Reach would be 2, then Halo 2, Halo 3, ODST, Halo 4, then Halo 5. That's how I would rank them. So, what about you, B?
Halo 2 is probably my favorite, just because that's where I like really started taking the multiplayer serious. And then
that dual wielding, remember dual wielding multiplayer?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. The SMGs.
Yep. So Halo 2 would probably be my favorite, and then ODST and Reach were probably my other 2.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, guys. I'm actually
Blur Studios. That's who did it.
Yeah. Oh, is that who did it?
Blur, yeah. Because I remember them saying in the Vidoc, but it's been so long since I looked at a Vidoc.
Man, I remember to something that B just brought up when he was talking about the dual wielding. I remember when they first revealed the first trailer of Halo 2 and everyone just going crazy when Chief hijacked the ghost.
The ghost.
Yeah, and when he hijacked the ghost from an elite, and then he just kicked them out and then took it over. Everybody just lost their minds because you couldn't do that in the first game. I was just like, oh man,
that was the same trailer where they showed him wielding the first time a pulse grenade.
Yeah.
He initiated a pulse grenade and threw it at the elite that was in front of him.
Yeah, and you couldn't use the energy swords either, right? In the first game, but
in the first game.
Yeah, but you could. That the first time you could do that was in Halo 2.
Weapons in Halo 2, dual wielding. Oh man, it was so.
Yeah, man, immediately.
Remember the see that's why because Halo has such a memory. Just think about the first E3 trailer where they showed it off, where they show him dropping out of the Sulaco from space with the bomb on the ship.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that first E3 trailer, like it's just all the stuff going off in the background, and Master Chief, they showing all the shadows and stuff on the new Xbox, and I'm like, Lord have mercy. I was like, dude, and it was a year before the game because they announced it at E3 of the year before, and the game came out because Peter Moore came out on stage with the tattoo on his arm the next year at E3, showing it was November 9th. And we was like, oh God. So it was like a year and a half later when we finally got that game. And then we got the bubble shield for Halo 3. Like, just think about how impactful that game really. That's why they need it. I'm rooting for them, man. As much as I can't stand 343,
I'm rooting for them.
As much as I can't stand what they did to the franchise, but when I go back and I think about what Bungie built with that game, the fact that I think 343 has the opportunity to do something great, but this is their last chance to do it, though.
Yeah, no, that's a great point, Forte. Well, you know, at least potentially there's some hope, I think.
Yeah, this was a lot of hope. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I should say, since you guys talking about Bungie, yes, we love Bungie. We love Bungie. Big Bungie fans here.
I love old Bungie. New Bungie, I don't know them.
Yeah,
I don't know them.
I love Bungie. I do love old Bungie more.
Oh, yes, old Bungie. That's right. So, all right. You know what, gentlemen? On that note, do need to wrap up the podcast. I got laundry to do. Can you believe that? It's 11 o'clock at night. I got laundry to do. I'm actually heading out of town this weekend. So,
you living at the college days, huh?
Yeah, right. What did you say?
I said, how old are your kids?
11, 6, 4, and 19 months.
Oh, okay. Well, that 11-year-old could do a little bit more. Shoot, man, my kid was 11. Though that laundry, I was like, listen, man, you live under this roof, you gotta do laundry.
Facts. That's right, Forte.
I told her when she hit 10, I was like, look, she started asking me the moment she started asking me for money, I started asking her for chores.
No doubt.
So I'm trying to tell you, Susie, there's no reason you need to be doing laundry. She at home all day doing nothing right now.
No doubt, man. You gotta put in the work.
Hold up.
Put in work.
My 14, 15-year-old just walked in.
15.
What I'm 15.
You 15?
Yes, I'm 15.
You like laundry now?
Oh shit!
Checking you on stream. Here we go.
Here we go. This is I got my popcorn.
You want that money, don't you?
Yes.
Okay, then that's why you do that laundry.
She's like, yes, and
tacos every week.
Well, not every week though.
Yeah, not every week.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, let's grab this last super chat before we wrap up the show. JD gave with the $10 super chat. JD, thank you, sir. Says, do you expect Microsoft to take the money, say from Mixer, to either buy a big studio, do a late cycle upgrade to the Xbox Series X, i.e. SSD, IO RAM, or lock down some huge third-party exclusives? I don't know.
None of these above.
I would agree with B on that. I don't think the money they save from Mixer will affect them doing either of those things. They probably would have done those things whether Mixer was still around or not.
Yeah, I would agree with that. The money they
save from Mixer is just them not throwing more money into a pit.
Yeah.
That's
well said.
That's all that is.
That's pocket money for them to buy something else, man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a good point. All right, well, gentlemen, on that note, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to our special guest, Hustle Motivate. Thank you for hanging out with us. Hustle had to leave the podcast a little bit early, but definitely appreciate having him on. Big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Thank you all for the support and the super chats. We always appreciate it. And I want to make some quick outros real quick. Go to my man, Grap, Mr. Eric Jackson. Let everyone know where they can find you, sir. I'm going to put you number one today, man, so I don't want to forget.
Appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter, EC Jackson with an X, and pretty much on all the other platforms. Other than that, you can find me Saturday nights, Gaming Perspective podcast, 8:00.
Sweet. Awesome. And then my man, B Money 101B. Let everyone know where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, you can find me everywhere, man. Same name, no games. B Money 101.
No doubt, man. And then Gaming Forte, man, it's so cool. You got an RTX, man. Let everyone know where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, man. I can finally understand what taking your frame rate looks like. But yeah, man, Gaming Forte everywhere, YouTube and Twitter, man. Shout out to you guys for jumping out on the show. Check out the last video. Me and Slow-Mo did a little thing on what we did earlier with the announcements of the new Marvel Avengers game that they talked about. Stuff not new, but stuff that they talked about over there. So check us out over there. It was pretty fun. And It's always great to chop it up with you guys on a Wednesday. I love you guys, your brothers, and I can't wait till next week.
No doubt, Forte, man. No doubt, bro. Slow-mo, the ghost of Mixer.
I just want to say, just will pour out a little liquor for the homie Mixer. He barely lived. He barely knew anything. He was just in still in diapers when they took him out. So
wow,
shout out to you,
wow.
Mr. Let me stop. No, look, hey, great show, guys. We say.
What kind of liquor did you pour out? Was it did they at least get the 151 proof?
Oh man, look, this is just Mixer. I poured out a wine cooler. I ain't, it's just, but no, great show, guys. Great chat as usual. Really appreciate you guys. Check me out on my YouTube channel, Slow Mo Backslap, not the Ghost of Mixer. Although I think that probably would be a great YouTube channel. I might need to cop that real quick.
You better cop that real quick,
Slow-Mo. And also on Twitter, same name, Slow Mo Backslap. So yeah, you guys have a great night and peace out.
Yeah, no doubt. Awesome, everyone. Thank you again for hanging out with us tonight. We do definitely appreciate the support. And big shout out to Hustle Motivate joined us. And we'll be back next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please check out everyone on the panel. Visit their YouTube channel, support them. Great group. And we'll see you guys next week. Please be safe. Stay away from Florida. On that note, we're out. Peace.
Stay away from Florida.